Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez, president of Trident Concepts, and today I'm here with Brownells Daily Defense to talk to you about minimum marksmanship skills. So let's talk about what is the purpose behind this. What we're trying to do is to help you understand and create more of a goal process, what I should be trying to achieve as far as marksmanship goes. And then once we have established this purpose, this goal, if you will, then we can start to introduce the subject of standards. And so what are our standards? Well, anything valuable is worth measuring. And so what we want is our standards need to be observable, measurable, and repeatable. So as we start to move through our marksmanship development, this is how we will gauge progress. This is how we'll learn whether or not we're doing better or we're not doing better. I have some way of actually utilizing the standard to improve or remind me that I'm not improving. One of the things that we talk about are baseline drills. So once we move past standards, we get to baselines. So a baseline is the absolute minimum performance level that you have. And from there, now we can start projecting out in different directions, figuring out where we want to go. So we have a start point, in other words, and that's super important. And we'll talk more about how to develop baselines in the future, but what a baseline is it's your command performance, meaning that if I ask you to do this and your baseline says that this is what it takes to do that, that's what you should be able to do on command. Once we have established the baseline, it allows us to get into designing a training plan. And training plans can sometimes be like a little bit intimidating, a little bit overwhelming, and like, oh my God. Really all a training plan is that if you were to take a box of 50 rounds, you say, all right, every round that I have in this box of ammunition is going to have some sort of grade assigned to it. There's going to be some sort of measurement, some sort of standard that I'm going to be using. That right there is a training plan, because that's going to force you to start thinking about how you're going to expend that box of ammunition. What I like is I like the ability to scale in all of our different drills, because I have students and other shooters of various skill levels. And so this is one of the things that it's welcoming to a lot of the newer shooters, is that you might see a video or you might see something and say to yourself, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. I just don't have that skill. What I would tell you is that if the drill is designed well, it should be scalable, meaning that it should have the ability to scale down to a different level or the ability to ramp up to a different level. So for me, scaling is super important. And what is an example of scaling? Well, let's just say that the drill calls for you to shoot the target at the 7-yard line, and you're going to fire one round, and the target size is going to be 4 inches. Well, maybe that's a little bit much for you. So an option, you might be able to move from the 7 to the 5, and now it's a little bit more doable. Or maybe you just want to do it at the 7-yard line, and you say 4 inches is just a little bit too small. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up to 6 inches. Great. Then there's the other option, which is, well, maybe that was a 2-round drill, but I can't make that 2-round drill in the par time that I'm supposed to make it in. But I can do a 1-round drill. So now we start to have some momentum going. We can generate a little bit of momentum that way. What that allows us to do is get to progressions. And progressions is basically linear progression, means that I'm going from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. And it allows you to build in a logical sequence without skipping something in between. And that's what I see a lot of times, is people that try to jump ahead without building the foundation in between it all. So the nice part about this philosophy, this theory, if you will, is that it allows you to progress at a level that's commensurate with your skill without eliminating any of those foundational materials. So I'm Jeff Gonzalez. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them down below. Until then, take care, stay safe.